reconnaissance aircraft is loitering within your early warning radar range. Target detected. You immediately activate your fire control radar, providing precise coordinates for the missile. Launch the missile and secure a direct hit. Are you blind? A Blackbird reconnaissance plane just appeared. Your long-wave radar has detected it. You immediately activate the fire control radar, but your fire control radar is failing to lock on. Am I seeing things? It turns out the entire airframe is designed with continuous curves. 15 radar reflections won't bounce back to your receiver. Beyond its aerodynamic design, it is coated with radar-absorbent material. The Iron Ball 7 radar waves are absorbed directly and converted into thermal energy. When radar waves hit edges and gaps, they scatter in all directions. Thus, these areas are filled with special materials. Using a honeycomb structure, residual radar signals are trapped inside. Finally, the energy is dissipated as heat and completely neutralized. What kind of aircraft can fly at 25,000 meters altitude, Mach 3 speed? Let me use a missile. As a result, your missile is outmaneuvered by the Blackbird. It accelerates and escapes. What is this? Then, a stealth F-117 fighter appears. The stealth aircraft emerges again. Your radar finally detects it. You activate your fire control radar to lock onto the target. Let's look at the design details. It turns out the design is as follows. Although this faceted design completely sacrifices flight stability, it has the ability to deflect radar waves. With carefully calculated angles, it prevents the radar from receiving reflections, while the aircraft's edges are extremely sharp. Incoming radar waves will scatter aggressively. They cannot be reflected back to the radar receiver. The surface is covered with a thick layer of absorbent material. Even the smallest details, all seams are perfectly treated. At the same time, the coating thickness is precisely 1/4 of the radar wavelength, allowing surface reflections to cancel out internal reflections. So lonely, you can only stand by and watch helplessly. It drops a bomb and destroys your radar station. If only I had stealth technology too. You immediately message your friend, Xiaogan, on his blog, 64 years old, a national treasure of Russia. This is a legendary pilot, a hero of the Russian Federation. President Putin once personally commended him. He just completed a solo flight of 4,000 kilometers. Long-range flight reached Zhuhai, China. It features a thrust vectoring engine system capable of full vector control, even after losing aerodynamic. The aircraft performs high-G maneuvers and aerobatics, so delicate, extremely agile, performing flat spin and Cobra maneuvers perfectly, and other advanced combat maneuvers, completing these maneuvers regardless of inertia and air resistance. To do this, the pilot needs an excellent support system, that is, a specialized G-suit based on modern polymer physics named Dragon Tooth. Its core system supports the body under high G-loads, far exceeding traditional pneumatic G-suits. The Dragon Tooth tactical suit uses smart materials, helping the body cope with extreme forces. The core provides stability, providing necessary muscular compression. It becomes an essential tool for maintaining pilot awareness. In other words, these extreme maneuvers require coordination between physical protection and aviation technology. This time, technical collaboration with China has yielded results, currently in service under the name Dragon Tooth. After that, stealth bombers were deployed. Your early warning radar cannot detect them from hundreds of kilometers away. The smooth geometric design reflects most radar beams into other directions. Remaining radar waves only travel along the airframe and are neutralized by absorbent material. When signals reach the rear of the airframe, they are nearly gone, as the coating thickness is precisely calculated to cancel out signals. Since engine fan blades create radar reflections, they use a shaped intake duct. Once radar waves enter, they collide with the absorbent walls inside countless times until the energy is completely dissipated. The radar screen is completely empty. Scanning around, you see nothing. I have been destroyed without even knowing it. The bomb destroys your radar station and interceptor fighters take off to engage, but the enemy has escaped. Damn it! Then, the F-22 stealth fighter attacks. You immediately send people to the scene, requesting infrared tracking mode, searching for heat signatures from the F-22's supersonic speed, a searing heat trail in the sky. Range is only 22 kilometers. Infrared-guided missiles appear on both sides, clearly displayed on the control screen. The F-22's rectangular nozzles mask the turbine's heat. It vents cool air into the exhaust stream to mask the heat trail, causing my missile to miss. Another aircraft has locked onto the F-22's tail, where intense heat is being emitted. You have directly exposed yourself. The enemy immediately fires an infrared-guided missile. The Seeker locks onto the F-22's thermal image. Even when it releases flares, it cannot deceive the missile and is finally destroyed. My sword is equally powerful. That is the deployment of the J-20 stealth fighter. You call this an airframe optimized to minimize radar cross-section, providing 360-degree infrared search capability. At the same time, it utilizes DSI intake technology, ensuring both stealth and engine efficiency. Experts have tuned the engine to operate extremely effectively. Thrust vector control is calculated with precision, allowing it to turn at extreme angles at dizzying speeds. Superior stealth capability helps it become a ghost in the sky. Your early warning radar only now detects it. The stealth fighter immediately takes off to intercept, but the enemy is too fast. It has detected your aircraft. You use L-band radar to attempt to locate it. The enemy orders electronic warfare systems to jam the incoming missile's guidance. Losing command and control, then accelerate and retreat. Damn it, it got away. Then a new attack method appears. Your signals are completely jammed. The radar cannot search for anything. You have completely lost tracking capability. At this point, early warning radar is useless. Electromagnetic pulses from the enemy radar are used to pinpoint your exact location and transmit targeting data directly to the missile. Then, a long-range missile is launched. The missile continuously receives updates from teammates. It is headed straight for the target. Teammates provide support. Fire control radar locks the target. Combined with electronic suppression mode, the missile destroys your radar. Battle over.